Hey, we are on the 56 Ford COE. We're going to get some stuff done today that we've been putting off for a while. I'm pretty tall, Tommy's pretty tall. You can see this truck is way taller than us, so it's definitely a big boy truck. Anyway, appreciate you guys coming by and checking out what we do. All right, so this is our driver's side step. It's obviously been pushed in way hard. It's pushed in hard enough to begin with. I didn't know that we had the entire section here. I thought part of it was gone. But we have a strap on here. We're just going to try and walk this out some. It's going to be a whole lot of banging and smashing, but it's actually cool to watch that unfold. So fingers crossed it'll work. We might want to start right here. I don't know. Let's try it. We're going to set it and go right back on behind there and see. This. Find something to hook it to. Hold on. Alright, hold up. Alright, it started raining on us, but it stopped again. We're going to pull on this just a little bit more. Tommy's on the other side with the ratchet strap. You see it hooked here. I'm going to try and pull it that way. I'm going to hit up here, but right now, before we do anything, I'm going to pull this bottom out real quick. Hopefully. Where's that big, ugly wrench? There it is. So that when it comes around here, it'll actually do what it needs to do. Alrighty. Yeah, start cinching it down. Alright, hold on. Alright, give it a little bit of a tug. Alright, hold up. So I really need to pull back that way at the same time that we're pulling back this way. I got to get this straightened out here so that this will wrap around. Yeah, it's climbing. Let's undo this strap. All right, hold on one second. All right, so I want you to tighten it back up, but I want you to, get it to where we can do that down low. Can you hook it back into that same hole that's there? Yeah, I know you'll be ratcheting inside the bed area, but, and then I'm going to pull another strap to pull back this direction as you're slightly pulling it that way. Or any way you can get it to pull that way is fine. Dang close. We might be to the point where if I let this off and you pull that, especially if it's pulling down. I don't know if you can pull down or not. Well, hold on. Let's get this strap off and let's try it. If it moves, we can always put it back. Because I think if you started pulling on that, it might come around. It actually pulled it exactly where it needs to be. Sheer accident. Woohoo! All right, you guys see how this is indented in like that? Very difficult for us to get in there and swing a hammer. So we're going to try this piece of metal across here with a C-clamp and see if we can just pull that out some. Fingers crossed. All right, right about there. Right, that's good there. Let's pop it up to this level here and do the same thing. Right about there. Let's see how far it'll go. Got another ½ inch to go. Keep going.
There's some serious steel in this thing.
Yeah. This is back when they made cars out of steel instead of whatever they make them out of today.
Pop cans.
Yeah, let me see that wrench. Let's sort of try and relieve some pressure on this thing. See if maybe it'll help to stabilize it. Let's let it off and see what it does.
Yeah, we found all kinds of weird damage on this thing. Like it got speared in the front. It wasn't like an accident. It was,
I don't know what. I think maybe it was pulled out of a salvage yard and someone had stuck it with a forklift or something. You know.
right.
That worked, didn't it?
Yeah.
Good enough for now. We'll work on it a little bit later, or so we believe we will. We get it running down the road. This girl's staying just like she is.
Right.
We'll do a little bit more later on. Get that pulled out a little bit. We'll get this step settled down. But right now, we're going to put a carburetor on this thing. We're going to try and start it.
We assessed the carnage of, I don't know if we did it or when the cab went down or whatever, but anyway, we had a busted distributor cap, questionable coil. We didn't have any replacement wires because these are the exact opposite than what HEI is. So we elected to change it over to HEI. Pete's rebuilt the Elderbrock to go in here. The pattern should be good. So now we need to start just stripping all the wires off of this. We're going to mark to make sure where number 1 is, where they had it set before. We're going to take the coil out, all that stuff, kind of thin the herd a little bit, and we're going to try to get this thing fired today.
Yeah, so we've marked the number 1 plug. When we pull the cap off, we're going to see where the rotor is sitting, and we're just going to line it back up that way.
Man, this step is really nice, Pete.
Yeah.
I've used it twice now. Look at that, there's an engine under all that stuff. Alright, the great thing about Chevys is it's all the same firing order. Huh. The other side.
Alright, so distributor's pointing to basically here, right?
Yeah, just before it.
The rotor.
Yes. What you know about that? It's a different kind of drive gear. It's not cool. I don't know if you guys remember our little mishap on the oil pump drive versus from the point type distributor to the HEI. Anyway, it's not a big thing. We've already checked the gear depth, all that. That's all good. The depth between here and the top of the gear, that's all good, right? But we do need to cut this guy here so we can change these gears out. Drill bit looks like somebody hammered on it. Huh.
Crazy.
Yay.
I know this sounds stupid, but when you have something really long and you're pounding on it, it tends to distort like this. So when I cut that off and made it short, it makes it much more difficult for it to try and twist and bend. So we're able to put a lot more Gołąbka on it. So, yes, we remanufacture everything. So we are going to drop this drill down in there. We got it all cleaned up. We got a gasket on there. It looks almost okay. We're gonna take our top off. Take our...
So the rotor was pointing somewhere-ish.
They are helical cut gears. So as you put it in, it looks like it's going to point right there, but as it goes in, it's either going to turn that way or that way. I can't remember which. I think it goes that way. It'll turn to clockwise. So we start out over here, and as it goes in, we hope that it lines up where we want it to line up. All right, not far enough. I'm going to take it back out. Probably about 1 tooth off. All right. That's pointing close enough right there that we're going to leave it. We know our number one spark plug wire was basically right here. As we put our distributor cap back on, we will determine where we want that to be. Alrighty, we got the distributor in. It's basically time where this is number one. We have a new gasket for our carburetor. We rebuilt this, we did a $1.98 rebuild, which means we took it apart and cleaned it out, made sure everything was okay. Didn't spend a dime. We're gonna see if this works. So we have our little whatchamajoppers here, studs, and actually they're not studs, they're bolts. And we are hoping this is going to do what we want it to do. I know lots of you guys have weather worse than we're having, but you get used to perfect weather. You cry like a baby when it hits 40 degrees. We have a carburetor in position. So you got, that one's 4 right there, huh?
Yeah, I could barely even get started on it.
So it is 1, 8, 4, 3. This is not going.
Or they smashed 2 tires?
No, they're not lined up. Let's try and start this girl. We're running electric, you're running go-go juice? Alright, we are too far advanced. Clockwise, right? Take 2. All right, we fired it up. It's a little rattly, but it's been setting for months and months and months and months with no juice. So we're gonna give it another shot. Tommy's on the juice and I'm on the electricity. What's that?
Leaking fuel.
Yeah, we're not afraid of leaking fuel. What a pansy. We've caught more than that on fire before. That's the way we like it. All right, we're doing it one more time just for fun.
Well, we got a well pressure.
We here at the Odd Rod Garage only do things in the highest quality and the best manner possible. This right here is our ignition system. This is our power source for the distributor, and this is the power source for the starter. So hopefully you can see this. You touch that right on there. That's all you do. Hey, today was awesome. You heard it run. You saw our magic on the step. We got a carburetor on. We completely rebuilt the distributor from 17 and a half other distributors. Customized it, cut it to length, rebuilt everything. It turned out awesome. But she fired up, she runs good. You know, she's been dry for a while, so it'll take a little bit to get some oil around there, but no blow by. It sounded really good.
And our King Calf oil line showed us that we had oil pressure.
We have oil pressure, yeah. I was trying to spray all over the place. So.
Don't tell them that.
Yeah. The only problem is the way we have to start it. My wife's really going to hate doing that in the morning, you know. Anyway, hey, we appreciate you guys coming by and checking out the silly things we do. Hope you like what we're doing here. I'm going to show you a little car here in just a few minutes. I think it's coming up here pretty soon, and it's going to be awesome too. We appreciate you guys coming by and sharing time with us. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, share the link, make a comment, yada yada yada. And as always, Thanks for watching. '58 Anglia. English Ford is what it is. Tell me what you guys think. I love it on the ground like that. This will tell you how short it is. Tell me what you think.